Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's video is another warm-up video. However, I would say it's one of the most important warm-ups that you should do every single day before you start practicing. The credit for this warm-up goes to my professor at Ohio State, Dr. Caroline Harding. This warm-up is a long tones warm-up, which means you hold notes and you sustain them. What I like about this warm-up is it helps you find your sound as you go through all the registers. Because the best way to warm up on the clarinet is starting at the bottom of the range and going to the top of the range. Now how do we do that? Simple, the chromatic scale. The way this exercise works is you play 4 whole notes going in succession up the chromatic scale. After the 4th whole note, you get 4 counts of rest. If you need more time to rest, make it 8 counts. So without further ado, let's get started. As we go through this exercise, I will go through each 4-note sequence. I'll explain any fingerings that need to be explained and anything else that's important. You'll also be able to see the fingerings as we go through this exercise. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go E to F sharp to G. Make sure for E you have both the pinkies down. Alright, we're not going to go too slow, but we'll go at a pretty reasonable tempo. Try to follow along with me as best as you can. And 1, 2, 3. And remember, 4 counts of rest after that. Alright, the next sequence, we go from G sharp to A to B flat to B natural. For B natural, I recommend using the banana key fingering. That is the chromatic fingering. However, you will not always need to use it depending on the music that you're playing. 1, 2, 3. As you go through this exercise, make sure the air stays steady. And when you change notes, make sure the air leads the tongue and the fingers. The next notes we're going to hit are C, C sharp, D, and E flat. Make sure you use the side key for E flat, not the top E flat. This is the chromatic one. I rarely ever use the top one, and I would not recommend using it most of the time. 1, 2, 3. Also, as we go through this exercise, try to let the first whole note gradually enter and let the last note taper off and decay, like I talked about in my dynamic profiles video. Next, we're going to repeat the bottom octave and we're going to go E, F, F sharp, and G. For F sharp, I would use the thumb and the bottom 2 side keys. That is the chromatic fingering. However, you won't use it all the time. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, now the next few notes are important because they require extra fingers to be put down to get the notes in tune. So we're going to go G sharp to A to B flat to B. For G sharp, A, and B flat, we're going to use what's called a resonance fingering. G sharp, A, and B flat are throat tones that often don't sound very well in tune. So we get them in tune by adding extra fingers down. For G sharp, use the side key and then the 3rd finger on the left hand and the 1st finger on the right hand. And then for A, it's going to be the A key, the 2nd and 3rd finger on the left hand, the 2nd and 3rd finger on the right hand, and then the C key. And then for B flat, it's the same thing as A, but you just add the register key. Now the most important part of the sequence is that when you go from B flat to B, you have to pull the clarinet into your mouth and stretch your mouth, as we are going from 1st to 3rd partial now. Alright, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, the next notes we're going to do are C, C sharp, D, and E flat. Make sure for the C sharp you use the left hand C sharp. And 1, 2, 3. the next notes we're going to do are E, F, F sharp, and G. For F sharp, the chromatic fingering uses the banana key just like B does in first partial. And 1, 2, 3. Now from here, we do G sharp, A, B flat, and B. And they're all the standard fingerings that you should be used to. Make sure for B flat you use the side key. And 1, 2, 3. Now, if you were in middle school, I would recommend playing high C and stopping there, but if you want to keep going, go ahead. The next notes are going to be C, C sharp, D, and E flat. As you go from C to C sharp, you need to once again pull the clarinet into your mouth and stretch your mouth, as we are now going from third to fifth partial. Also make sure as you keep getting higher, you keep the tongue position, as lowering the tongue position will not allow the note to come out smoothly. Make sure you don't pinch, make sure you stretch. And 1, 2, 3. The next notes from here are D, F, F sharp, and G. For G, I would recommend using left thumb, register key, first finger, and the E flat key. This is because this fingering for G is still in fifth partial. And 1, 2, 3. Now if you're continuing from here, doing the 4 counts of rest, make sure you pull the clarinet into your mouth and stretch your mouth, as we are now going from 5th to 7th partial. So we'll start with G sharp and then go to A, and if you're still going, pull the clarinet into your mouth for 9th partial, for B flat, and then B natural. And 1, 2, ready. And from here, you can go up to Altissimo C. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. As I said before, this is a very good warm-up that I recommend you do every single day. If you have any questions or would like another topic covered, please drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more content. That's all for today. See you again soon.